Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Boss, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the possibility of Black Ops 3 Zombies having vehicles in it. And I know that we had vehicles in Black Ops 2 Zombies, that being the bus from Transit, a plane in Mob of the Dead, and a tank in Origins. And we were very excited for the tank, but unfortunately you couldn't operate it yourself. Now imagine if you could actually drive these vehicles yourself. That would be pretty cool. Just imagine driving the bus around in Transit. They would obviously have to make a bigger map. Not necessarily a bigger map, just a little bit more navigatable, if that's a word. But, you know, something like that. I think that would be so cool if they could make something like that in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, I'm definitely looking forward to the newer vehicles that they make in the future with Black Ops 3 Zombies, because I definitely think that they're going to be doing something like that in the future, making more, obviously, more vehicles and stuff like that. And we even had something in Black Ops 1 Zombies in the Ascension map, if you've ever played that map before, with the lunar landers. They kind of started that with the vehicles with that, I guess you could say, because it was sort of like a dynamic part of the map where it actually took you around the map super fast to areas you wouldn't be able to get to on foot faster. So, you know, that's kind of where it started, I guess you could say. But those weren't necessarily vehicles, because just thinking about it, it's like a lunar lander. It takes you somewhere. You can't really operate that thing yourself. But then they had vehicles in Black Ops 2 Zombies, but you couldn't operate it yourself. Now, again, imagine if you could actually operate these things yourself. So, again, if we had a bus, you could drive it around. A plane, you could fly it around and shoot zombies. Now, obviously, they would have to do, I don't know, they would have to do something to make it less OP, less overpowered. So maybe you can only fly the plane around for a little bit, maybe a minute while you're shooting zombies, and then you have to land it again and refuel and stuff like that, and it's going to take you a while to refuel the plane again. Something like Mob of the Dead, if you've ever played that map. You have to refuel the plane to go again to the Golden Gate Bridge. Something like that. Maybe you have to refuel the plane and you have to go back up and you shoot zombies. And that sounds pretty epic in my opinion. And maybe you could drive a tank. You could go around crushing zombies as you drive that thing. I would definitely enjoy that. If you've ever watched the Origins cutscene where Dempsey arrives and it pretty much shows his badass entrance. He's on top of a tank, so Tank Dempsey is on top of a tank, and the tank essentially crushes a zombie as it comes into the shot, and I thought that was awesome. I was really looking forward to the tank. I thought we could possibly drive it, but that's not what it was. It was just a sort of a thing that took you around the map, kind of like the lunar landers and stuff like that in Ascension, the bus and Transit and a plane in Mob of the Dead. I just want them to do something like this, because I know that this is such a good idea, but a lot of you are going to disagree with me because you're going to say, well, it's overpowered. But like I said, there's a lot of ideas they could implement to make this sort of less overpowered, and a lot of you might say it's going to take away from the classic zombies theme of everything. And I know that they, you know, with the multiplayer side of things in Call of Duty, they started changing a lot of things. They added freaking exosuits. You can jump around on walls now, and it just sort of changed everything. So this could possibly not be an amazing idea, but I definitely think that it's something they should try at least in one map, and if people enjoy it, maybe they could add it in another map, and we'll just have to wait and see if Treyarch does something like this. But even if they do something like this in the future, they don't have to make it operatable. They can obviously just make the vehicle move around the map and stuff like that. That kind of is a lot more fair than actually having someone operate a vehicle. That would be kind of overpowered. But again, like I said, you can make it less overpowered by, you know, adding just like maybe a minute time where you get to use the vehicle. So something like a plane, you would have to refuel it and stuff like that. So besides all of those crazy wacko ideas, I was thinking about something else. What if they could make a map that was solely based on a vehicle? What if they made a map based around an airplane? Now, I know I made a video about this in the past, and a lot of people actually pointed out some faults in this, because there is a lot of faults. How are you going to have a map on an airplane? There's obviously not enough room. You wouldn't have enough room to train zombies and stuff like that, but I don't know. Could they make the airplane huge, like some sort of like a cargo plane? Maybe you could go down into the cargo area, you know, where they put boxes and everything like that, and suitcases, luggage, whatever, and you could run around and train in there. Obviously, it's really constrained, and there's not enough room to, you know, make this a zombies map, but I just thought it was such a good idea. I don't know why, but you know, if you really think about it, it's not that good of an idea, but I want this to happen because it's just a plane in midair, and maybe you could walk around on the wings and stuff like that. Obviously, if the plane's going too fast, you're gonna get knocked off of the plane and just die. But that's just something that I had, a weird wacko idea that I had. Obviously that's not a really good idea, but you know, I sort of felt nostalgic because I did make a video about this in the past, talking about an airplane zombies map, and I got a lot of views on it, and I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to bring that up again. But besides this wacko idea, I have some more vehicle ideas for maps that I would love to see in the future, and that is Atlantis. And I was imagining something like a submarine, so something like the transit bus. It would take you around the ocean and stuff like that, and it would take you to different areas, and you could look at the buildings of Atlantis and stuff like that, the fish swimming around, maybe even sharks, maybe even sea monsters, you know. Who knows what Group 935 has been doing down there? Maybe they were testing on different fish and stuff like that, and the fish turned into zombies. You know, it all just depends on what Treyarch wants to do with the map. If they do create the map, that would just be epic in my opinion, to see a giant sea monster, zombies, and stuff like that. That sounds really crazy, but I definitely think that's a good idea. And something like the submarine, could you possibly control it yourself, or could it just take you around the map? I definitely would like to see this vehicle be controlled by you, because it's something that's not as overpowered. I don't really think you could have any weapons on it. It could just be something that's used for the Easter egg, or maybe different parts of the map. So maybe you have to build something to continue to another part of the map or something like that. Or maybe you have to use it for an Easter egg. I think that would be awesome. So maybe you have to go out and collect some 115 and bring it back to a machine or something essential to a part of an Easter egg or something like that. I definitely think that's a good idea. I would love to see a submarine. But of course they would have to make the Atlantis map, so I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I just wanted to throw this idea out there. So I have another idea, and I thought that they could have something like a train in another map, like maybe an Old West map. They could have like a train, and you could walk on the train as it moves around. Not a crazy epic idea as the last one, but I just wanted to throw it out there. So maybe we don't even need, you know, vehicles. Maybe we could have horses. Maybe you could ride around on horses and maybe shoot zombies from there. Maybe the horse is a zombie. A zombie horse. Something like Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare. The horse that he actually has is a zombie horse, and he just rides it around killing zombies, and I thought that was pretty epic. And another last idea that I had here was a jetpack, and maybe you could have a jetpack, build it somehow, and fly it around. And again, it's kind of like the plane. You don't want to fly around forever, because that would kind of be overpowered, and you just want to refuel the jetpack every few minutes and stuff like that, so it's not that overpowered. Or maybe you can only use it every 10 rounds or something like that. It'd just be something fun that Treyarch could implement into the future maps and stuff like that. So if you're a die-hard zombies fan like me, and you spend a lot of time on the internet searching about just Call of Duty zombies in general, you can actually find a lot of stuff on the internet that actually gives you information about the next maps for Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, I know a YouTuber, or I guess you could say a group of YouTubers, that know a bunch of stuff for the future DLCs and stuff like that. That's how I predicted Origins. Well, I guess you could say I didn't predict it. I just took their info and I sort of credited them and made a video for it. And people said, wow, you actually got this right, and you predicted Origins. And of course, I didn't predict it. I just sort of took their information and credited them, and boom, I said the map was going to be France, and it was. And I talked about big robots and stuff like that, a tank and stuff. I just all this information for the map Origins, and it actually happened. So they did it again, guys, and this time they did it for Black Ops 3 Zombies, and this time they gave us information for the future maps that we could possibly be seeing. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because the things that they say, some of those things are false, some of those things are true, and it just depends on what you want to believe yourself, because like I said, they know a lot of stuff, but it could be inaccurate, because there could be some misinformation, you know, or miscommunication, I guess you could say, between the two groups. So obviously someone from Treyarch is feeding them information. So essentially what this guy said, there's a YouTube video of it. He said that there could be some sort of a map where essentially you are on a bunch of airships, and I guess that's the map, I guess. It's just like, it reminded me of this because I was talking about vehicles and stuff like that, and like these airships. What do you guys think about that? The premise of the map is essentially that the ground of Earth is just filled with zombies, and it's just all destroyed and everything like that. So people have moved to the skies to avoid all of that, to avoid the zombie apocalypse, and they are stuck in the air, floating around in airships, I guess you could say, something like zeppelins and stuff like that. I don't know what these airships would look like, but that's definitely a good idea for a map. When this guy made the video, he obviously said it was just a theory, but he always kind of says that, and it turns out to be true. So I don't know if this is gonna actually happen. Just wanted to toss it out there for you guys. So we could possibly be seeing a map based on a vehicle or a bunch of vehicles, that being airships, and these ships fly around, and you basically have zombies on the airboats somehow. I don't know how, but that's what the guy said. And you know, like I said, I predicted well, I didn't predict it, I keep saying predicted. I kind of made a video about what they predicted, and I credited them, and I just sort of talked about Origins, and got a lot of stuff right with the robots and the tank and stuff like that. So who knows, you know, maybe this could be the next information that they gave out to us, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew this, so it could possibly be something that we could see in the future. So that's gonna be it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a rating, please subscribe, and have a wonderful day. See you later.